want to talk today about how to participate if you are a patient, okay? And I think a lot of the time I'm teaching about how to give a distance healing, but a lot of us are here because we're patients. So I wrote down some ideas. Now, if you're not here as a patient, you're here as a caretaker or as a person interested in learning about how I do distance healing. You can be a patient for a minute, okay? You can just like get healed too and see what it's like, okay? All right, so number one is you open your heart to the possibility of healing. So do that now, and you do that in your chest by actually feeling a sense of lightness. I actually don't feel it, to the left of center. I actually feel it right in the center of my chest. And when I get like that warm, fuzzy feeling, I know my heart is open, and I somaticize it. I make sure I feel it in my body, okay? Because we're trying to bring heaven to earth. We're not just trying to think heavenly thoughts of healing. We're trying to actually make it a difference in people's physical bodies. It happens through resonance. So we need to do that. Okay. Next is to invite the divine into this process. And especially don't forget the divine part of you. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Susie. Good morning, Greg. Your superconscious that has access to the information to turn on the apoptosis in your cancer cells. Apoptosis is, a cell's own self-destruction. It goes, oops, I'm in the wrong area, and it kills itself. Sometimes you can tap into your future free self. So you want to include that in your participation as a patient. And now you want to also activate your physical and life force octaves. I use my kind of like the brand of how I work is a fourfold system. So the physical, the life force, the astral or emotional, and the spiritual. So you want to make sure your physical body and your sense of your liveliness and your life force is present in your awareness. So you breathe. That the only people that are alive do that, or things that are alive respirate. So feel your life force and just sort of be here in your living body. All right, whether you're watching the recording or you're here in the actual same time. All right, and now the next thing is to use time. So we're going to use time to resonate with fellow participants. So if you're here if you're here live with me, you can just notice that there's other people here live with me too. And we're all here together at the same time. So you tune into time. And if you're watching this video later, you tune in to the idea that it's all happening at once and that the past is in your present. And you're using the video as a portal to be here now with us. And I'm actually reaching into the future and holding you here too, okay? Because it's all there. There you go. I felt some people click in. Good. All right. The next is to use space. So we use time. We opened our hearts. We activated our physical and life force. We got aware of time. Now let's get aware of space. Now, if you were sitting with your back to a door, if somebody came into the room and you didn't know who they were, the room would feel different. And so I want you to activate that sense that we all have, but we don't always think to turn it on when we're doing a distance group healing. So really understand that we are present with each other. So we didn't walk into the same physical room together, but we walked into the same cyber room together. And just take a moment and notice how you can feel each other's presence. And if you want to type something in the chat, you can do that. And if this is hard, just simply know that I'm doing it. And you're along for the ride. I'm sensing your presence. Okay. Anybody feel that? Anybody just like, oh, I didn't think to feel that. Now I feel it. It's nice. It's nice to feel. Good morning, Dave. right, now we're going to be using a guided visualization. So you want to use that guided visualization to simultaneously be present in your body, in time, and in space, all that stuff I talked about just now. And feel the guided visualization strengthening your ability to allow healing. It's like the guided visualization isn't doing the healing. It's providing a groove or a track in space or a portal to help us all focus on a similar set of things. And by kind of coming together into this energetic line, I wouldn't say even call it alignment, but just we're all kind of together in this line as we go through the guided visualization in a minute, that's sort of feel that strengthening you. Okay, good. And don't mistake all that I've talked about so far with the actual healing. Visualizing, meeting with a group, resonating, that opens the door. But the actual healing happens in your body. All right? It's something inside you that your body, your mind, your soul, something inside your totality opens to the grace of the universe, the divine information that tells you how to heal. It's already in and through everything. We're not having it put into us. We're waking up to it, if anything. So all these techniques are tried and true techniques that assist in that process. All right, and then we want to use, the next point is to use observation rather than blind belief. And now we all have beliefs, so it's not that beliefs are bad, but you want to actually get to a place of observing your beliefs. You can say, oh, interesting point of view. I have this point of view that this healing session is a worthwhile thing to do with my time. You can observe that belief or that point of view. And that puts you into this observation mode, which is a freer part of your consciousness, and I think enhances the healing. And now, knowing that we all have these boxes of perception, these beliefs that are by nature not this non-dualistic thing of totality. It's some sort of box that we've collected that seems to work in many situations. And so if I know I'm in a perceptual box, a way to open to a perceptual box that will allow me to heal even more is to ask a question or to be curious. Because if we're busy saying, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better, I'm going to get better, we're not really, usually when you're that way, you're sort of bossing God around, and it doesn't work as well as if you're saying, show me the way out of this predicament. And there's an openness. So that openness of show me, or what can I be aware of? If I was aware of it, would allow me to enhance my ability to receive healing. That's another good one. All right. Number 10, we've got like 15 things here. Number 10 is when we go to the pond in the guided visualization, which you have to be part of the Facebook group to go to that part. There's a place where we actually, if you're a patient and your name's on the list, or if you just want to be healed, we put the healees on little boats in the water. So I would encourage you to actually get on a boat if you're a patient. Feel yourself like stepping onto the water and having like the waters of manifestation rise up as if by magic to hold and support you in your journey, and try to really make that a real sensation. Okay. And then while we say the names of the others, notice how their healing is helping your healing. They say a rising tide lifts all boats. That's part of, I think, why group healings work. And it's not just a random, yeah, there's a bunch of people, so it's probably enhancing it. Like you can activate that by appreciating that the other people and pets healing, and especially the pets. Pets are so pure. When they heal, it's really very, very powerful. So if you know any dogs or cats or horses with cancer, please, put their names on this list, it really, I think, supports the process. All right, and then when your name is read, it's like, okay, how do I do that? Do I hunker down and like receive it and like feel joy in my heart and feel myself being healed? That's one possibility, but I think an even better possibility is to just be your authentic self and notice what the healing looks like now and try to let it be whatever it is. Some days you might get all those bells and whistles and cast of thousands and angels and music of the spheres and all that stuff, and other days it might feel like nothing. And in my experience, nothing is actually what we're going for, because that, if the healing's happening and we're feeling the physical changes and we're not making it into a glamour trip, I know that we're not just egoistically wishing, that we're actually witnessing. So that's why sometimes I seem like I'm not doing anything. It's kind of on purpose. It really is very much on purpose. Ingrid says, can you share your 15 points per email? Eventually, it will get there. Sure. When your name is read, simply get curious. There's no right or wrong thing to feel. And then number 13, as we leave the guided visualization, so I've said the names and all that, you can notice any changes that happened. Because if you've just been healed or the healing has started, you can feel things. You can be aware of things. So you might notice that your inner sight, you get a vision of something as you're leaving, if you're going back up to your gatekeeper. You might notice something relax inside you. You might hear inner sounds or body sensations. Your pain might change. So you just notice whatever it is to notice. All right? And then number 14 is ask what you should do to keep the reception of the healing going for the next few days. And I really feel like one of the axioms of spiritual work is you ask and it is given 100% of the time. And it's just, can we read the signal? Can we interpret it? Is it in a language we can do? And so you just ask, and then you'll either get an idea right that red hot second, or soon you'll go, oh, I can do that. And that'll be something that I do have the time for, I do have the money for, I do have the consciousness for, and it might even be fun. Because healing often feels light. Imagine that healing feels light. It doesn't feel like you're hunkering down and making it happen. All right, and number 15 is to take breaks. And I really experience this as important. So just like I go to sleep every night and take a break from my consciousness, I like to take a break from healing everybody all the time. Certainly my desire to be of service is kind of in the background all the time, but you like the heartbeat, there's rhythms and cycles. It's part of how heaven comes to earth, as it comes in cyclical vibratory frequencies. So if you're always on, it's a little bit like the white knuckle grip. It doesn't let you receive. Okay, so that's the 15 things. And yeah, I will turn this into a blog. So if you're on my mailing list, you will get that. All right, let's do the healing. All right, let me read. Okay, good. All right. So if you're I'm going to film this later. I'll be posting this to YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll be saying goodbye to you in a moment, and just know that you're very welcome to join us in the Spirit Gate Facebook group for the actual distance healing. It just creates a little safer cyber environment. Okay.